Well, welcome back from the coffee break. There are people still filtering through, so thank you very much for returning for our next keynote. And we're talking leading the transformation of facilities management for a sustainable future. We're joined by Kuram Gwakyaa, Head of Sustainability at Mitie. Spoken at our events before, wonderful speaker, a lot of great insight to share. A warm welcome to the stage, please.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So just before I continue, I would like to thank Neil for that very warm introduction. And before I get into the nitty-gritty of this, I felt it would be nice to give you a little story about why I've chosen to talk about this topic. So a few months ago, whilst I was still pondering about what to talk about for this keynote, I bumped into an old college friend of mine at Waterloo Station. So you know how it is when you meet an old college friend. There was a lot of excitement in the air. He was eager to tell me where he was at the moment and what he was into at the moment, same as I was as well. So we decided to catch coffee at one of the cafes up at Waterloo Station. So the conversation transpired in a way that we started talking about what he does at the moment, what I do at the moment. So he said he works in the oil and gas sector as a systems engineer. Though what I deduced from the conversation was that he designed pipelines or pipeworks that are used to extract crude oil from deep sea environments, which was fine. And then I got to my turn to say what I did. I said I worked in the sustainability space, worked for a company called Mitie, and he was like, he thinks he knows who Mitie is, but he's not sure where that name is from and what actually do we do. So anyway, that was the conversation, kept going. I explained everything we did. And eventually, he asked me to turn around and look behind me. So I did. And by the time I turned around, there was one of my Mitie colleagues with a trolley pushing it across. That's one of the services that we do. So it's like, oh, yeah, that's the Mitie he was thinking about, that he knows what we do, but he doesn't really know what sustainability comes into play when we're talking about cleaning, because we just did cleaning, don't we? I'm like, no, cleaning is just the tip of the iceberg of what we do. We do quite a lot of other services as well. So went ahead to explain to him and all of that to say, okay, for a start, that cleaner, the cleaning products that she's using, we in the sustainability space, my role is to ensure that the products are safe for them to use and at the same time not detrimental to the environment. That was one example, and then followed up with saying, yeah, look, even we're trying to reduce plastic waste in a sense. So plastic is another area. So we're trying to make sure that if she's refilling her cleaning products, then it's much better for the environment in a sense. So gradually, I told him what we did, and the penny kind of like dropped at the end. But at the same time, I felt like there was this vibe where he was trying to go, is he doing better in life than I am, or am I doing better in life than he is? But I tried to put that aside, and we just had the conversation. So that was that, and then by the time I got on the train, it kind of like struck me to go, oh, okay, we in the facilities management sector, we are driving a lot of impact as far as sustainability is concerned, but maybe there's the perception that we just do cleaning, when there is like quite a lot of things that we are doing that are driving impact, as far as sustainability, meeting net zero is concerned. So that then gave me the idea to then, okay, inspired me to say, oh, I'll talk about this today in a sense. So coming on to this bit, I just wondered, how many of you have watched this movie? By show of hands? Yeah, looking at that, it's not a bad hit rate. It's the Gladiator movie. So whilst we're thinking about that, I kind of want us to cast our mind back and in time to say, okay, let's say the emperor has tasked us with getting this venue ready for a particular event. So I'm hoping maybe Neil wouldn't mind me using him. I'll say Emperor Neil the Great, for example, has asked us to get the venue ready for, he's hosting quite a few important dignitaries for, he needs to impress them. What are the sort of things that we'll be looking at in terms of getting this facility ready? So from my perspective, you'll be looking at the utilities, for example. There will be water in that facility. There will be cleaning in that facility. There's also going to be, the firebrand torches, for example. I think they used to use those in those times to light up or give it some sort of atmosphere. That will be one thing. There will be other places as well for you to park those very sustainable chariots that your guests will be coming along with. So that's one area as well in terms of those sort of things. There will be VIP areas. There will be also the facilities in case we want to use those as well. So that in itself gives you, in a nutshell, what facilities management is all about. It's as old as time in a way. So I then feel a good time for me to then tell you about what we do at Mitie. So we are like the leading facilities management company in the UK. We've got both public and private sector organizations that we're helping to support across all sectors in a sense. Apart from that, all of those things I mentioned before are the sort of service offerings that we help to deliver, from cleaning to landscaping to security, you name it, we do them all for our clients across the board. Other things that are worth noting is our agenda in terms of the sustainability space. We've got about 6,000 EV vehicles on the road, which is one of the largest in the UK. That in itself then helps us to drive our net zero agenda we're aiming to be net zero by the end of this year. That is particularly for our scopes 1 and 2 emissions. For our scope 3 emissions, that is, we're aiming for 2035 for that part of it. The other thing worth noting is we've got over 72,000 colleagues, so we are quite a people-focused organization, and people are the core of everything we do. Over the years, we've been growing, from strength to strength, growing our expert specializations. We've acquired a few companies like Custom Solar. They are experts in, solar PV installations. We've also acquired the likes of Rock Power Connections. They do a lot of high voltage installation works. And then the final one on there, probably worth noting as well, is Biotecture. Biotecture are also experts in their field as far as designing and installation of living walls. So that's what we do. But facilities management in itself has evolved over time from where, when the concept of facilities management was first coined back in the day. So looking at that, it's evolved from the 60s where, that's when we first knew it as a service and had, gone into different phases. From, like in the 90s, there was a focus on integrated facilities management, and outsourcing also became a thing. That's where we then started outsourcing it to public and private sector entities. That growth continued. We've moved into different 2010s was all about digital transformation. 2020s was all about resilience and adaptation. And then we are at the phase where we are currently at Mitie, where facilities management for us is all about high-performing places that are safer, cleaner, and greener in that sort of way. Also, because technology is at the core of everything we do. So we're using technology to ensure that we are creating spaces that are connected, comfortable, responsible, and resilient. So that's a little bit about the evolution of facilities management. In terms of how we are delivering facilities transformation, there's one thing saying you are the leading facilities management company. But then there's the actual side of it of actually delivering facilities management transformation. And all of that revolves around those 5 pillars that are on your screen, from optimizing assets to transforming estates, creating healthier work environment, protecting people, and helping our clients to accelerate their paths to net zero. And the activities that go under that, there's things like artificial intelligence, building automation, the likes of renewable energy and storage as far as the accelerating the path to net zero is concerned. And circular economy as well is something that is very high on the list in terms of how, everything we are doing. Bringing that all, once we are able to put all of that together, that then helps us to transform the built environment. So, transforming the built environment and transforming the lived experiences of our people, and also transforming insights and decision making. So that's how we are, getting the high performing or transforming the facilities management sector to give us a more sustainable future. Once we can always say we're doing all of that, but then we look at it and then go, okay, what are the actual practicalities? How have you actually delivered, facilities management transformation? So I picked this particular one because it's one I was actually involved in. I was responsible for this account in terms of supporting the Department for Work and Pensions on their net zero agenda. The key thing about their sustainability agenda revolved around the greening government commitments. So those greening government commitments are, for those of you that don't know, are targets that are set by the government to government departments to help them in meeting the overall UK net zero targets. So they get given different targets from, reducing total emissions, which we've been able to reduce that by about 46%. Water reduction across sites, 41%, and overall decrease in waste across the estate. That was reduced by 41%. Something worth noting as well is the recycled waste is one. I'm pleased with that because that has increased to about 69%, which in my opinion is something to be, to brag about. That's why it's on your screen. The other one is this for this particular clients where we help them to deliver facilities. They needed us to transform their place, taking into consideration a multi-generational workforce, making it more an area that will be able to drive collaboration, as well as inform their broader strategy as far as getting their place of work to the right stage. So the results, as far as that was concerned, revolved around, we were able to design high-fidelity spaces for them. Technology was used. Stakeholder engagement, collaboration was quite core. We had, two-way communications so that they then feed into whatever the design was all about. So that's that. And the key thing about this one particularly is that it's not new that workplaces that are efficient, for example, are quite good in terms of driving collaboration, as well as driving retention rates of your talent, and as well as productivity as well. So those are the sort of things that are driving our clients, and we were able to put this design for them, and which they were pleased about. It was a pilot design, and that has been rolled over to a few other sites since this was done for them. So sharing that as well. The final thing is, looking at this, I feel it would be nice to give you a broader sense in terms of our capabilities in a way. So I'll play the next video in a sense, and I will see, hopefully that gives you a vibe into what we do.
They make us who we are. They keep us safe, bring people together, and spark new ideas. They set the stage for our lives. But great places don't just happen. They need care and attention, and a blueprint for the future. At Mitie, we create better places. Places that are smarter, safer, cleaner, and greener. Places that are ready for the future, maximizing their full potential, lifting the people who use them, and supporting communities to thrive. We are the future of high-performing places. We're transforming places with our technology, innovation, and passion, creating zero-carbon, technology-enabled safe places that are connected, comfortable, responsive, and resilient, giving you exceptional experiences for your colleagues, customers, and the people that matter to you. all backed by data, making sure every decision and every action delivers. From offices and shopping centres to hospitals and airports, we believe in more than just places. We believe in places that perform today and tomorrow. Mitie, the future of high-performing places.
Okay, so I hope that gives you an idea of what we do at Mitie. Our scope is it's kind of like broad, but before I round up, I felt that conversation I had with a friend of mine drove me to celebrate the people that that work for us even more, because he had this perception that it was all about cleaning and all of that, but I looked at it and went, okay, without this cleaners, that sometimes give my team a call to say, look, you've got not enough recycling on site, and then that makes us to action accordingly, send more recycling bins on site. That in itself is helping to drive our agenda. And then there's the BMS engineers again. They tend to help us do the optimization. They're out there doing the actual work that we're supposed to be doing. Same as our landscaping team, our cleaning team, everybody, we are quite people-focused. So it doesn't matter where you are with regards to driving sustainability change, as long as you get your people on board and they're helping you to deliver what you are required. You can sit in a boardroom and put it together a sustainability strategy for all you want. If those people at the forefront are not engaged and helping you to deliver the change you require, you're just wasting your time. So to conclude, I would like to give you the people that are making facilities transformation possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. 3 observations from me, if I may. 1, thank you for the promotion to Emperor. Can I add that to my LinkedIn profile? Thank you very much on your authority. 2, when it comes to Mitie, I often find it easier to say what you don't do rather than you do, because it's a much shorter list. So that's often a good way of understanding that. And in the spirit of Gladiator, ChatGPT is brilliant. Did you know if you converted the famous speech from Gladiator to the perspective of a Chief Sustainability Officer, it would sound like this. My name is Maximus Decimus Aurelius, Chief Sustainability Officer to the planet, guardian of future generations and loyal servant to the earth. You may delay climate action, you may ignore the data, but know this, we will do in business echoes through the climate. I will see our goals delivered in this quarter or the next. It doesn't sound quite as good, does it? But you know what? We can run with it. Do we have any questions from the audience at all? We have one at the front. I'm sure that's what AI was invented for, wasn't it? I'm not quite sure.
Hi, thank you very much for the presentation. I was wondering what part of your job or what proportion is helping supply data to your clients or potential clients? So when they want to know, the scope 3 or as part of the tender process, is that a big part of what you have to do? And how do you try and minimize the work that's involved in that, given that you've got all the data? Do you just give them access to a platform, or is it very specific?
Yes, my team is responsible for providing the data as far as DWP, for example, is concerned. So we gather all of those data and process it and then put it onto a particular platform. It is an in-house platform. It's called Emissions Intelligence from Mitie. So that processes the data and then sometimes gives us the results, but not all the time. And then they also have a platform that we upload all of those data to. Although the scope of our service to them, some of these clients doesn't include scope 3 emissions at this point in time, but with the newer contracts that are coming up on board, scope 3 reporting requirement has become quite a key thing. So we are ensuring that that is covered and being reported and passed on to the clients.
Any further questions from the room? Yes, we have one final one there.
Hiya. FM is notoriously complex as an industry, and I suppose I'm just wondering what you think the one most important thing an FM sustainability team can do to engage this wider, complex, massively varied business to forward sustainability.
So do you mean engaging for better understanding? Sorry if you...
Just anything that pushes it forwards, like engaging or training your teams, or is it more about doing something important and then showing everybody how good it can be? When we come across teams, like, for example, your cleaners, and we need them to use a different product than they're used to or what have you, making sure that they see why we're changing those systems and that sort of thing. How do you get that buy-in from the rest of the teams?
Yeah, so as you might be aware, the facilities management sector, it's got the age gap or age demographics in that industry is quite big. So sometimes I think an average age is about 55 years. So that in itself is quite hard. We have the older generation sometimes that are difficult to penetrate in a way. And then we've got the newer generations that are coming into play, which are normally easier to get on board as far as new technology. We're talking about AI at the moment. There's quite a lot of adaptation of AI from that perspective, but all of that comes with letting them know the benefits of it. For example, AI, for example, you're able to use it to make your work easier in a sense. And then there's also the angle of shouting about what you've done so that they can see the benefits of it. So you can't just say, oh, you're doing all of this and keep it secret. And if you do that, then they just don't understand why you asking me to change my cleaning products. Yeah, there has to be a good explanation to say, okay, this helps the environment. When I was growing up, for example, things were much better. You can't even swim in the rivers back then. So if you're using such products at this point in time and you're just dumping it into whatever way you want, that wouldn't be beneficial to the environment. So it's all about speaking to the shared values of our people. That in itself normally helps them to come on board with whatever we're saying. But key thing is recognition. Once we've done all of this and they've got buy-in, we celebrate. So if I get a cleaner call up to say, oh yeah, we need more bin liners, for example, yeah, I'm writing an email to the line manager to say, look, that's quite a good thing, which is helping us to drive the waste reduction initiatives or agenda that we're trying to deliver for our clients.
Great. Thank you very much indeed. And it's fantastic to see, particularly in this space, how 1 million smaller actions can make a big difference. So thank you so much for that. And a warm round of applause for Kuram. Thank you.
Thank you.